And welcome back to the channel. I'm Dazzling Dave, and this is going to be the international fan reaction for the Tottenham Hotspur 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 3 result. What a result. And as you can imagine, lots of happy Wolves fans around the world. This particular feature is brought to you in association with the Always Wolves Squadcast, which is a podcast which is available on Apple, iTunes, Spotify and all good podcast providers. And we're going to be recording a new podcast this week, so if you've got any questions for us, put it in the comments below. So without any further ado, it's a good one. 10 contributors. Let's go around the world.
Hey Dave, it's Zach in not so sunny San Diego today, but yeah, just got the chance to catch up on the match, and man, I thought it was a really spectacular showing, at least offensively. We kept it tight in the 6-yard box too, but I mean, outside of the 2 goals, I suppose, I feel like the second one, there wasn't too much Patricio could do on it. But I mean, just like Adama's strength on the second goal, the wonderful combination of team play, Jota's little flick on the third goal that eventually set up his run, and then Jimenez making the really cool nice cut move in the box and putting it away for that third goal. It was just awesome all around. And of course, even better to see us do that to Tottenham, of all teams. I know they're down a couple of their key players, but I mean, they're still a strong side regardless. They are a top 6 side. However you want to define that now with Wolves, and I know teams like Leicester on the rise too. So yeah, I'm just really excited that we're pushing for Champions League now that Band City is running into their own problems there. So yeah, really looking forward to the rest of the season. The home stretch is going to be really interesting. And man of the match, I think I'm going to give it to Jota and Doherty. So they both had really strong games, and I think they both were really instrumental in at least 2 of those goals. So yeah, really great. And hopefully next week, keep it up. Always.
Hey, this is Wolfman Jeff coming to you at the porch here in Alabama. Just got finished watching the Tottenham match, and it was started off kind of a lull. We weren't really pushing too hard. Tottenham came out ready to fight, and had us me a little bit worried at the beginning. There was that Neves call that maybe should have gotten a card, but we got lucky. It didn't change the outcome, though. I like the fact that we kept answering back to them, so that kept us into the match. Also happy that Jota, Doherty, and Jimenez all scored again, and so keeping our rhythm going. So even though we weren't at our best, we found a way to win, and I think that's a skill that's so important for us to keep going. As we go into March, we're going to be going against sides that are much lower on the table, and historically we've had some struggles with that. I don't think that's going to be the case this year, and so I think we're in a good form with that, especially with Jota and Jimenez getting back to their rhythm of scoring. So we're going to see how this goes on. So pleased with the outcome. Little concerned on how things got muddled in the middle, but Nuno found a way to get through. The team showed their character, and so man of the match. It's kind of hard to call because I'm going to go for Jimenez, and it's just he just kept finding ways just to keep pushing it. But there's a few others I could have gone with. So, hey, Dave, this has been Wolfman Jeff in Alabama. Always Wolves.
Andy here from Montreux in Switzerland, where I've just been watching Spurs v Wolves, keeping well out of the weather. We got snow coming in, and snow most days for the next 5 days. A great win. 3 good goals from Matt Doherty, Raul Jimenez and Diego Jota. And today I think my man of the match is between Matt Doherty and Diego Jota. Diego's having a great run at the moment, but I'm going to give today to Matt Doherty for that great finish at the beginning, first goal to bring us back level. So we move upward, and we're now knocking at the door of 5th, currently in 6th, and looking possibly at catching up Chelsea. So we're doing very well there, and whilst Nuno would only look at the present, if we do look forwards, we are definitely in contention for gaining a place in the Champions League through the Premier, if not through Europa.
This is Chris and Targa in Eidsvoll, Norway. Very happy to report on Tottenham Hotspur 2, Wolves 3. Targa, tell us about that. That was great. Tell us about that.
Well, that's a great win. From 2-1 down, we just still fight, and then we win 3-2. The best thing is, my friend is a Spurs fan too, so ha.
Yeah, that's always good. So we've just come back from a great few days in Barcelona, and as usual, we come from a game like that, and there's no element of tiredness. I did feel that we didn't play great in the first half, particularly the first 15-20 minutes. Spurs were leading without having to do much. Then Doc equalised, and then it was really annoying to give away a goal just before half-time. But I said, and we had a feeling at half-time, both of us, that, look, the way Nuno controls the game, he makes changes, and tactical changes and substitutional changes that influence results. That coupled with the fact that we are basically better in second halves, I'm not surprised we won that game. It's a great win. A word on the third goal, Targa. What a great goal, team goal. Well, two players. What did you like about it?
Diogo's flick and Raul's hot dog.
Oh no, it was nice, wasn't it? It really was. A goal befitting of winning any game of football. Now, we've announced ourselves with that win today. We're banging the hunt for Champions League football. We really, really are. This can happen. Believe it can happen. But the good news is, it is Tottenham Hotspur 2, Wolves 3.
Yes!
Hi again, Dave. It's Keith from Melbourne, Australia here to have a little opinion on the Spurs versus Wolves game that was played early this morning our time. And what a game that was. Well, I said last week in my talk about the previous game against Norwich how I was really looking forward to this game, and quite frankly I was quite happy. Everything panned out pretty much as I'd hoped. The win, that's all I care about. I don't care how many goals we score, I don't care how many goals they score, really, as long as we win, and we won, and that's all that was important. And I will admit to thinking that maybe we weren't going to do it after they went 2-1 up late in the first half, but there you go. Wolves never die, do they? They just keep on going. And you would think that Spurs would have taken the heat of the Southampton game or even the City game. But they didn't, and all to our enjoyment. So with this game, of course, the old saying goes that revenge is best served cold. I don't know how cold it was at I don't even know what their new ground is called, the old White Hart Lane, but at Tottenham yesterday, I don't know how cold it was, but by geez, the revenge was sweet, I can tell you. After the highway robbery at Molineux earlier in the season, where they literally snatched a very undeserved win at the death, but we got them again this time, 2 in a row in London at least. So I like that. It's very good. Following Wolves for so long, didn't get many of those, so it's really good. Good to see Jota score again. Played brilliantly. Man of the match from what a lot of people are saying, which hard to argue with, but it's good that he got a goal after last time's effort when he scored a hat-trick and then 2 in the Premier League game straight after. He couldn't really follow that up. But the right end of the season, I think he's starting to look really, really good. Like the Jota of old, the one we know and love. So hopefully he comes into it towards the end of the season where these fixtures are going to get tougher, and also, of course, for our terrific run in the Europa League. So hopefully all will be good. So that's it from me, Dave. It's only an opinion. I'm not going to review the game as such. Hope all the Wolves fans love that result as much as I did, and as much as you obviously did from your exit video. And remember, always Wolves.
Hello Dave, fellow Wolves fans. Brian from Hatchau Samran down in Thailand. Looking back at the victory at Spurs yesterday, 3-2. What a fantastic result. Performance was good. I thought the first half we were slow to start again. Vinagre needs to brush up on his defending, because I think both goals sort of come from that left hand side, but he was at fault for the first one especially. But we got back on level terms. through, believe it or not, a 1-2 from Jota to Vinagre, then Vinagre crossed it across. Their defender made a right rick and Matt Doherty put it away. Apart from that, I don't think in the first half that we had any other chances. I know that Traore blasted one wide, but bang on half time they got the second goal. And again, it came from the left-hand side where Vinagre was defending. I think he wasn't aware when Aurier came from behind and curled it round. But soon after the start of the second half, Dele Alli had a chance to make it 3-1, but he headed it wide, and then we got back into the game. And Traore bullied his run through, laid it across to Doherty, and Doherty then slid it across, and Jota got in at the far post, and ecstasy. But more than ecstasy was to come when late in the second half, 70 odd minutes, when Jota in his own half, deep into his own half, flicked it past, I can't remember who it was, went on a run, broke into their half, laid it across to Raul. Raul dummied the fella, put him on his bum, curled it round. It was a similar position where Aurier got his goal, but what a finish. Raul effectively weren't in the game, but you give him one chance and he scores. As for man of the match, I would have said Jota was very, very good. I'll give a bit of praise, even though it's in defence, for Connor Cody. I thought Cody played well, but in the second half, Tottenham, I don't think they had a shot on goal. So defensively, in the second half, we improved. But if we could start off well, critical games coming up. I can't remember how many there is, but why not? Fourth or fifth is still there. But it was a brilliant result, brilliant. So take care, guys. See you next week. Bye.
Hey, Dave. Just watched the Tottenham game at Tottenham against Wolves, and I was just absolutely really surprised in the end that we got such a good result. I thought that we were tired. It showed in some players at times that we were tired from the midweek game, and I felt that Tottenham were very, very fit and sparkled, but they lacked the skill. As Wolves were tired, but we had the skill. And what a great game to watch. I thought man of the match was possibly Jota. I think Jota just about got the edge, but they all played very, very well. Their goals were terrific, and like I say, it was such a great game to watch. But anyway, onwards, upwards. We've got everything to play for now for Europe, and I can't wait for the ensuing games. So over and out from Fort Myers, Florida. It's a bit chilly here. It's only 72 degrees, but anyway, we'll live. But what a great game and a great result. Thank you, David. Over and out from Fort Myers, Florida.
Hi. Yeah, this is your boy Sarat. Yeah, Ghanaian Wanderers on Twitter. I think I'm one of the admin throughout the week. Like the way we played, Espanyol, going away, and during our game, I thought this week our points have gone a bit lower, but we have been going from strength to strength throughout the whole season. Now, I mean, our game versus our win against Spurs is something I think. To get to say it, we are on the right track. I think next game, if we continue with this one, next season will be in the Champions League. And of late, the form Jota is in, I think, so for the past week, no player is better than him in the EPL. Even considering the way, like the goals that he scored in Europa League against Espanyol and Adama Theory too, I think no defender in the league can stop him. And throughout the season, my most impressive player throughout the season has been Raul Jimenez. Doing back-to-back is something impressive, and we will maintain it. Next season, we'll be in the Champions League. Bye.
Hey Dave from New York Wolves in lovely Monterey, California here for a bit of a work trip. My wife being the videographer today. Brilliant win, really needed that. Thought we started slow. I was a bit worried at first. They take the lead. We weren't really up to the races. And then, you know, once we got back into it at 1-1, I think we were the better team for most of the match. There's that slight lapse of concentration from Vinagre right before half time. I'm sure he got his head chewed off by Nuno. Gave them the lead, but we kept at it, came back at him in the second half, and I think we deservedly won. Brilliant goal from Jimenez to just turn inside, put the defender on the floor and slot it in the corner. So yeah, good performance all round. I think we deserved the 3 points, and now we're only 3 points off top four with Chelsea to play. So I think we're definitely in that pack of Europa League qualification, and definitely if the City ban gets upheld, we're in a pole position to get fifth and maybe even take all uncertainty off the table and get fourth. So really good performance, especially after a Thursday game. We always seem to play better after we play on Thursdays, so long may that continue. So that's about it. Keep up the good work, and I'll talk to you soon. See you, Dave.
It's David here giving you my reaction to today's game. Tottenham Hotspur 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 3. Just finished watching the game and I'm feeling just buzzing after the game. What a performance from the boys. Let's get into the game then. Wolves started 3-4-3. Surprisingly, I thought he might have kept Dendoncker in the team after recent good performances, but yeah, he opted for Traore after the good game he had against Spurs in the home game. Yeah, Wolves fell behind early on, with Steven Bergwijn scoring for Tottenham. Quick, incisive attack from Spurs, crossing. Dele Alli, well saved by Patricio, and there was Bergwijn to stab home. And then Wolves slowly, as usual, grew into the game, and we got an equaliser. Vinagre attacking down the left-hand side, crossing. Wasn't clear, and there was the main man, Doty, to stab home for 1-1. And yeah, I thought Wolves were the better team then, leading into towards half-time, but sadly we fell behind. Sergio Aurier stepping inside Vinagre and finishing well, and Nuno was doing his nuts on the touchline with how easily we conceded that goal. And yeah, going into the second half, Wolves came out strong as we expected them to do so, and we got the equaliser. That's what we wanted to see from Wolves in recent weeks, being clinical. I think it was two shots on target and 2 goals, and we've been missing that recently. But so it was very good to see us take our chances. And yeah, we took another chance shortly after with Jota. What a run! Bursting through, played it through to Raul, who dropped the shoulder. The defender sold the dummy, and he finished expertly past Gazaniga to send Wolves up 3-2. And yeah, it was a fantastic feeling to see that ball hit the net. And Wolves clung on. Had a few nervy moments on came Dendoncker to try and shore things up. And yeah, he did a good job in helping that. Neto did well also when he came on, holding the ball up and causing Tottenham some problems. So yeah, fantastic win. Another fantastic game against Tottenham. All the games seem to produce great matches and lots of goals and lots of action and lots of talking points, what we want to see. So very happy with the win, see Wolves climb up the table and closing on Tottenham now in the race for the automatic places for the Champions League. And we really need to now take advantage going into next week's game against Brighton and get another 3 points. We've got some winnable games coming up, and hopefully we can carry on catching the teams above us.
Thanks to the guys, absolutely buzzing, as you can imagine. If you want to get involved with this feature, either as a guest from the UK or if you're around the world somewhere, doesn't matter where, and you want to represent the Wolves and your country in the reaction, get in touch in the comments below and I'll get in touch to tell you what you need to do. As I say, make sure you check out the podcast, Always Wolves, on all good podcast providers. Make sure you subscribe to that because there's a new one coming out very, very soon. And yeah, hopefully you'll smash the like on this video. Leave some comments on your thoughts a couple of days after the game. And if you're brand new around here, please consider subscribing and check out, oh my God, check out the match vlog. It's an epic one through my eyes, and I got all the goals as well. So until the next one, I'm Dazzling Dave. Always Wolves.